Welcome back, everyone, to Crusader Kings 3. I believe this is episode 18. If you haven't seen everything up to this point, there's a link in the description that will take you all the way back to part 1. And as always, we are sponsored in this entire series by HistoryCourses.com. If you want to learn more about HistoryCourses.com, there's a link in the description below, as well as a discount code off your very first purchase. I would highly recommend that you consider doing a yearly subscription, because that not only gives you the greatest savings with that 10% discount, it also supports this channel in the greatest way. So check that out using the link below. Let's take a look and see where we're at. We have just married off our son and heir to the future Queen of Wales, which means, theoretically, if everything goes well, my grandchild should be both Duke of Mercia and King of Wales, if it comes to that. But we were a while off from that, so that's not something we're really thinking about too much right now. Right now, we're just worried about what's going on in places like Furlix, where we have a low county control. So once we finish, our marshal is done restoring county control in where is that, Gwent, then we'll worry about doing the same in Furlix. Some of you asked to see the entire Dynasty family tree, so we're going to go ahead and open that up. Of course, it all began with, let's see, I'm currently this guy here. So this is my great-great-grandfather, who was Duke Edward I. Actually, it goes back further than that. We started with Earl Edward of Warwickshire back here. So that would be my great-great-great-grandfather who started this whole thing. And you can see here that surprisingly few children were born outside of my own dynasty, my own part of things. Countess Anna, and you can kind of see, I mean, it probably goes down from there, but they're all of a different house. Let's see, who is still alive? Really, it's basically just this branch right here, starting with my grandfather, Duke Edward III, who are still alive. Now, somewhere we have a cousin. I thought we still had another cousin that I could maybe invite to come back, but I'm not seeing it now. All right, so I think I was thinking of Joseph, who died a few years ago. So looking at the immediate family tree here, and I don't want to do that. This is who we kind of have. These folks here are all of the cadet branch of the House of Greenhill that was just formed in the last episode. Industry through God is their motto. We do have a couple of members of our house here, and that's the Earl of Staffordshire, who's my cousin through my aunt, or my uncle Girth, who is still alive. So, you know, we've got 18 living members of our dynasty right now. We're still pretty insignificant, but that will certainly change if we do, in fact, inherit the Kingdom of Wales. So, a bit of a problem that I was not expecting. The 45-year-old Queen of Wales has gone and had herself a son who will now inherit all those titles. That is just not going to fly. So yes, we are going to start scheming to murder a newborn child. Oh, this is disgusting, but it's what we have to do. I gained 75 stress because I am compassionate, and I am not the kind of person to do such a horrible, horrible thing, but that's where we're at. All right, we've got a number of people that can be convinced, and the most important one is right here, because she would add 88 success to our current 8% chance of success. We're going to bribe her. Oh, my uncle Earl Girth just created the cadet branch of Shrewsbury. Everybody's creating cadet branches of the House of Greenhill right now. Now we've got a 95% chance of killing this poor kid. And then Girth, immediately after creating the cadet branch, goes and drinks himself to death. Good job, dude. We've got an excellent chancellor here, though, my cousin. He's got a skill of 20 in diplomacy. So let's take a fresh look now at that dynasty tree. Because now, you can see here, Girth created his own cadet branch, the House of Shrewsbury. And Inware is now the heir to that. And now, instead of being of Greenhill, they're of Shrewsbury. But that's how it goes. My mother just died of old age, so rest in peace, Mom. I was shocked when I caught Anna trying to steal from the travel chest of the visiting Reeve Ethelstan. Honesty will serve you best in the long run, Anna Greenhill. Alright, here we go. Let's see what's happening. When the time comes, my agents will need a safe escape route out of King's Class Castle. Should anything go wrong, pay a hunter to draw a map. That seems, I don't know, dangerous because somebody else will know about it, but we'll go ahead and do that. The hunter Odd Rumby is discreet. Well, we're glad to know that. Kind of need somebody to be discreet. So let's take a look at my mom for a second. She died. She had a second spouse, of course. My father was the first, and then we married her off again after that. Do we have anybody else in our court that we could be marrying off to someone? We do have a knight here who's not married to anybody. Let's see if we could find somebody with incredible skill. What do we need in terms of the council? We could use a better spy master, I suppose. I mean, that's really about it. Oh, this Hungarian woman's 26 in intrigue. That would be fantastic. I screwed that up. Let's try and do that again the right way. So we want our knight to marry her. There we go. So let's go ahead and do that. That should bring a significant new member. Oh, I lost some stress from hanging out with King Richard, who's a good friend of mine. Let's take a look at our council now, because we're going to replace our spy master. Oh, she hasn't arrived yet. There it is. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Earl. We're adding a new spy master. 26. That's fantastic. That'll certainly help. I hereby invite you to a feast. No, thank you. I'm not accepting any invitations to feasts. I know how that can possibly go. Well, this is a major problem. The existence of my plot to murder Faste has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Well, okay, they don't know it's me, but now it's a 31% chance of success and a 56% chance of secrecy. That certainly makes it way more difficult. And now we're going to have to spend a lot more money to make this happen, because we're going to have to bribe several other people. That still only gets us up to 51%, and honestly, there's really not much else I can do. If we could get this guy, we might need to send him a gift, and even then, I don't know if that'll help. He's still at minus 19. Oh, okay. It's hard to find a man willing to raise a hand against an infant. Yeah, I understand. But to find one willing to place a spider in a cradle is much easier. I watched my agent stuff the deadly spider into a small bag. I just feel dirty about this. I really do. But it's a game. I would never in a million years do this in real life. But this is just... even in a game, I feel just dirty about this. 140 gold. And still only a 50% chance. The deed is done. Okay. Oh, I've been overwhelmed by stress. Yeah, understandable. It's a game and I'm feeling kind of stressed about it. Oh, that was dirty. I should have at least let the kid grow up a little bit. Maybe he would have just died on his own. Yeah, mental break. Maybe a new cloak would make me feel better. 410 gold? Oh. Good night. I'm going to stress myself to death, but I ain't spending 410 gold to relieve my stress. Earl Enwer has offered me his counsel and aid on many occasions, hoping to alleviate the burden of my duties. Whatever's going to lose my stress, okay? Thank you. So I'm at stress level 2. Constance comes of age. They grow up so fast. Okay, so this is my daughter. Where is she? Here, 16. We haven't found a spouse for her yet. The Duke of Lothian would be a good one. He's up here in Scotland. That looks pretty solid. The Duke of Mecklenburg. I'd rather be married to have her married to a Scot. I doubt he would accept a matrilineal marriage. No, no chance. You know what? That's okay. We could use the marriage ties there. Alright, well, all the stress is starting to get to me now. Understandable. It's a little bit of karma coming back on me. Duke or peasant, high or low, it does not matter. In the end, we are all mortals. Do no more than what is necessary. If I die, I die. So we're working on increasing the control in the county here still. As God wills it, it's come to my attention that there's room for a church in your domains. If you build one, you will surely have the Lord's gratitude as well as mine. Alright, so a church will be built where? In Leicestershire. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look. Do we have the funds to do that right now? I guess we do. Temple? Yeah, let's do it. A call to war. Yeah, I mean, I guess I have to. My daughter-in-law has given birth to a daughter, so she would, at least for now, until a son's born, inherit both Mercia and Wales at some point. Let's see, a good Catholic name. Cecilia, I like it. So the war's going on. Let's see. Oh yeah, our sign does not need our help. She's got 12,000 against 3,600. They will be fine without me raising the troops. All right, we finished increasing control in one county. Now we need to do the same in Furlix. I also want to look at what everybody else is up to. I think we want to work on development in county. Oh, we're working on development growth right now in Worcestershire. So we'll let that finish. An unpressed claim on the lordship of Penelon. Where's that at? Right here. Okay. I mean, we're already... there's really not a lot of reason to do that. I'd be going to war with a nation that I'm going to be inheriting anyway. So I won't do it. Well, that was unexpected. Duke Adam has died. That's my daughter's husband. He was only 23. Let's see what happened. He was slain in battle. But they did leave 2 children. So now my... what is this? My grandson is the Duke of Lothian. So that's pretty cool. But we do lose that alliance. So I guess, in theory... so the King of Scotland's only 24. I'm looking at him there. And he's looking really rough at the moment. I think he's seen better days. So I guess in theory we could marry our daughter off again, but I think she's actually not in my house anymore, so I can't really do that. Let's see if that's even a possibility. I don't think it is. I could try to marry her off to somebody in my court, and that would bring her back. We could try that. Nah, it's not going to work. How about we try inviting her to court? She will accept that. So we could get her back that way. Alright, cool. Wait, she just arrived. How'd she leave again? What's the deal? I have no idea what just happened. The second she arrived, she left again. Demand conversion. No. Is she still here? I don't know. That was weird. All right, now that she's back in my court, I guess she is still here. We're going to find a new spouse for her. She's already got a son who's a duke. She brought the granddaughter with her when she came back, but the son stayed there. Who can we marry her off to? The Duke of Moray. That might work. Let's try that. So we have grandchildren. We could potentially have grandchildren who are dukes in 2 different places. So I just realized that the kid that's the Duke in Lothian that's 5 years old actually is not my grandson. He was from a first marriage that Duke Adam had before he married my daughter. So, unfortunately, the only child that they had is the granddaughter, who is still the heir right now if something were to happen to the 5-year-old. But I am not murdering any more children, and it doesn't really benefit me anyway because my grandson is not of my house. I have died. Okay. So I'm curious to see. Okay, I died of natural causes. 51 years old. Well, that kind of stinks, but continue on as Duke Edward IV. All right, so wow, I'm not the dynasty head. Okay, now I became the dynasty head. There we go. That makes sense. I don't know why I wouldn't have been right away. I am now the Duke. My wife is the heir to the Kingdom of Wales, which means our child is heir to both at some point, but we still would like to have a son. Okay, we've got the martial perks, but I really feel like I'd like to go in a different direction. We'll go ahead and at least unlock... Oh, I guess we've already got those there. What do we want to do? Let's go back to stewardship. I'm going to go wealth focus. I've got a really good martial skill already. I have terrible diplomacy because I'm shy, I'm deceitful, not good. Empty council positions, a bunch of them. Good thing is we've got a really good chancellor to make up for our bad diplomacy skill. We've got a good steward as well. And as far as marshal goes, there we go. Not bad. That's pretty good council. We're above the domain limit, so we're going to have to deal with that. What can I pass off to someone? How about Cambridge? Okay. So we could grant the castle holding to... Yeah, let's give it to Ethelwald. I don't think that helps me, though. I need to give him, actually... I need to give somebody Cambridge itself. And I don't think I want to give that to him. I want to give that to somebody in my family. So let's look at the house for a second. Who could we possibly give this to? So these kids are all of my house, even though they're in Pisa. They're growing up Italian. What about my nephew here? Could we give it to him? I don't know that we can. Duchess Constance, my niece. Now I could give it to my... No, I don't think I can give it to my sister. This is a different... This is a cadet branch. I don't want to do that. I'm thinking out loud a lot here. I'll figure this out. Well, this is interesting. My father-in-law just died, which means my wife has inherited his title. Which is where? Where is that? Oh my goodness. My wife just inherited land up in Sweden, right here. That's kind of fascinating. So we're going to be inheriting all kinds of weird stuff when the time comes, especially when my wife's mother dies. My wife will become the Queen of Wales. Alright, so, greetings, nephew. As an influential duke, it's only fair you have a voice on my council. I'm going to be the spy master of England. One of my counselors already died. Wait, I have no available spouse. What? Oh, because she went up there to rule. Oh, you got to be kidding me. No, that's not going to work, because how am I supposed to have a son? if my wife is somewhere else? All right, that... weird things that are happening. All right, can we try to seduce her? Romance her? 0% chance of success. Well, this is a major problem. How in the world am I supposed to get my wife further pregnant if she's not around? Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Even stranger things are happening. My mother-in-law is now the Queen of Ireland, not Wales. They just turned all of this into Ireland. I don't know what's happening right now. This is nuts. So that became the Kingdom of Ireland. My wife is the heir to the Kingdom of Ireland. But I can't get her pregnant so that we can produce an heir, a male heir that will gain all of that territory. So, strange things are happening. Now, the good news is we are finally able to pass High Crown Authority, which would give us the ability to pass all titles on to one person. That's something we've wanted since the beginning. Emma, a free tenant renting some of my land in Northamptonshire, has pulled an exceptional harvest. If she can pay me hard in coin, the land is hers. Excellent. Go for it. A brewing troublemaker. Alright, looks like a peasant rabble is going to start a war. That's fine. Raise the armies. We'll put it down. 870. Piece of cake. Unfortunate deaths, but easy to put down that rebellion. So be it. Got a victory. I still got to deal with this domain limit issue that I have right now. That's just one of many problems I'm having at the moment. Alright, so I've got my sister Anna, who's 16. We're going to try to marry her off to a Welsh duke. They'll never accept a matrilineal, that's fine. I'm going to try to keep it all within our immediate area as much as I possibly can. I've got a lot of money right now. And I've still got to deal with the issue of being above the domain limit. So let's take a look real quick and see what we might do to upgrade some things. We haven't upgraded our Anglo-Saxon culture, doesn't have Castle Bailey, so we can't do that. How about upgrade our farms and fields to level 3? How about our castle? I don't think we can upgrade two things at once. Plus, we don't have that ability. Birmingham. Can we upgrade the city? No, we don't have that yet. Oh, we're already constructing in this barony. How about we upgrade our temple? Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to grant to one of my cousins, who's of a cadet branch of our house, the Earldom of Lindsay, so we can get down to 5. Let's see here. You are not the rightful liege of a vassal. This will lower their opinion of you. Alright, well, that's a problem. Because that's not a part of the Duchy of Mercia. Guess I didn't really think through that too much. That's alright, we'll worry about that when the time comes. I'm not going to declare on the Holy Roman Emperor. I'm thinking about, though, what to do with the situation with my wife, and I'm wondering if the thing to do is to actually fabricate a claim and take it from her. But that might require me to declare war on the King of Sweden. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just wait until her mother dies, and then she inherits Ireland, and she'll come back here at least. Alright, there's a crusade coming. So we need to select. I have no available beneficiary. Well, that's a problem. I need a son in the worst way, but that would require me to actually be in the same, country as my wife. Well, apparently we must be visiting each other because my wife is pregnant. So I guess it is still possible, even with her not anywhere near the same zip code as me. So that's good news. Hopefully there's a son on the way. The Crusade for Aquitaine. That's really interesting. That's what we're going for, is Aquitaine? Who's controlling Aquitaine that we could do a crusade? Let's take a look. Let's see, the Duke. What is his religion? Oh, he's Catholic. The King Michael of Aquitaine. I have no idea how there's a crusade for that. Oh, okay. So this Sultan, is he fighting? Maybe he's going after Aquitaine. That could be the issue here. Alright, that's one we could actually get involved in because it's not far away. We'll raise our army. 5,500 strong. And we'll go ahead and send them down to Aquitaine. Let's see what the numbers look like so far. Dang, 45,000 to 22,000. This is going to be crazy. Another daughter. Oh my gosh, give me a son for goodness sake. This is difficult. Margaret. Margaret's good. Alright, we've landed in Aquitaine. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like so far so good. I don't see any major enemy armies to be worried about. Well, I can appoint my sister as beneficiary, so let's go ahead and do that. At least now we've got someone. We're going ahead and marching down toward where the action is. These look like friendly armies here. And so this is the issue here, is that we've got this sultanate that's right here on the border. So it's a Muslim incursion into southern France. Alright, let's see what's going on here. That's not good. They're going to need some help in a hurry, and I'm not entirely sure I can get there in time to make a difference. Oh, now we can. That battle might actually be over by the time we get there. Soldier of the Cross. Our armies stand poised to take part in the crusade for Aquitaine. St. George willing, we will soon rise victorious. The blood of the heathens painting the soil red. May St. George lead us to victory. I gained the title Crusader. I did, in fact, arrive in time, it appears. Now, just as it ended. That's alright, I'm sure there will be more combat. It is no secret that my acquaintance Hannah is carrying a child conceived through a sinful union. She is not a married woman after all. However, who fathered the child had been a mystery until now. Duke Ralph of Kent, my cousin, is the one responsible. The truth is out. We're laying siege right now. And it looks like things are going pretty well. It doesn't appear that there's really any major army to be of any concern whatsoever. There's only 17,000 men available compared to our 48,000. So I think this war is going to very quickly be over in our favor. Two major battles that may decide the outcome happening right now up here. You can see it's at 97%. This battle, I think we're going to win. I think that'll probably do it. I'm going to go ahead and start sending my army home. Because I think the war will be over by the time we get there. Oh, that only went to 98% now. That must not have been a battle that was a part of this crusade. You can still see the numbers are heavily in our favor. Man, I just got my troops home, and already, at the end of the crusade, there's another war that's happening. A duke trying to claim the Kingdom of Wales, which obviously we do not want to let happen. So we're going to have to deal with that. Let's raise the armies again. We're going to send them in. We got a perk available here. Let's take a look at this war. What's the situation look like? Oh yeah, we're in good shape. Defending my mother-in-law. My army on its own could probably do this. I guess we gotta go up here. Alright, this siege should finish this war off. And it only put us to 39%, but we've taken a prisoner. Let's take a look. We've got 3 prisoners, actually. We've got 2 duchesses at the moment. Let's go ahead and ransom them. Ransom. Yeah, enemies are leaving the war, which is making it much easier. They have 2,200 men against our 13,000. Not a problem. In fact, I think I'll probably go ahead and stand down. I think we've got this one under control. I'll bring my troops home and then disband the army. Oh, the enemy's too close. Good news is my wife is pregnant again, so we're not letting distance come between the production of heirs. But we do need to think about laws, because even though I have high crown authority, I don't think we've changed the succession law. And we need to do that. We need to go to a single realm heir. So we need to go to primogeniture. That's what we want. It doesn't look like I can do it. Oh, because my culture still doesn't have it. So we're going to have to somehow change our culture at some point. House seniority. Oldest member of your house will inherit all titles. I don't think we can even do that. So this is the guy that we're having the trouble with on that. Youngest child inherits. That's dumb. All right, we've got a new king. King Richard has died at the age of 62, my uncle. So now my cousin is William the Fourth of England, which is interesting because historically in England, William the Fourth didn't happen until the 1800s. Let's see. I get to be the marshal for William the Fourth, who I look a lot alike, by the way. We look very similar, my cousin and I, which is kind of a cool thing because you see that happen sometimes with royal cousins. King George V and his cousin Tsar Nicholas II of Russia looked a lot like each other. I still do not attend feasts. Sorry. What's the war that's going on right now? It doesn't involve me, so I guess I'm not going to worry about it too much. All right, we're hoping for a son. Let's not have a third daughter, though. Statistically speaking, and this is kind of a weird quirk, if your first 2 children are the same gender, there's something like a ridiculously high percentage chance that the third one will also be the same gender. I want to say it's like 90. I could be wrong about that. Ah, I told you it would happen. Another daughter. What do I have to do to have a son? I need a son. Worst case scenario, I can marry off one of my daughters in a matrilineal marriage so that their child will be of my house. But man, what is the deal? We're going to go with Elizabeth for this one. My goodness. Okay, Constance, this is my mother, has decided her time in Warwick has come to an end. The servant has packed her chest and she has said her farewells. She goes to her claim. With Constance goes her claim on the earldom of Middlesex. If I want to press it, isn't Middlesex London? I don't think I'm going to press that claim. All right, let's hang on for a second because, yeah, Middlesex is right here. I don't think I'm going to be making a claim on Middlesex. Although we're saying I'm more powerful than the King of England, that seems a bit much. I don't know if I want to do that war, but first of all, let's take a look and see what wars we have the possibility of claiming. What do I have a claim on? Anything? I don't have a claim on anything right now. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do, really. One thing I do have is a really good income right now. So we're going to use that to raise up our levies some. It's going to go to level 5 on everything. We've already got a pretty powerful military, and we're going to go up to almost 8,000. Our dynasty is about to hit the level of noteworthy. I don't know how quickly it's growing. We're at 957 out of 1,000. Yeah, no feasts. I have a strict no feast policy. Here's the members of our dynasty. I just want to take another look at our dynasty tree right now and see where we're at. The Earl of Worcestershire just died, Burkhard Christopherson. So now that goes to his son, Earl Wulf. Just looking at all the places here, you can see we've got 22 members of the house now. Specifically here, my sister and I, between us, have 6 children. And then my sister, Duchess Constance, has 6. And Duchess Anna has 3 and then 2. So 11 grandchildren to my father. That's pretty awesome. Do any of them have any inheritance coming? Although they're not my house, so that doesn't matter a whole lot. So here's the thing. Now's the time. My king's involved in 2 other wars. I'm going to declare my independence from him while he's involved in these other wars. Now's the time to do that, I think. My cousin Earl Robert was slain during the Battle of Northamptonshire. We haven't raised our forces yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and go deal with this. We can always raise more forces if we need to. But at the moment, you can see I've got 8,900 men to his 7,000, and he's involved in other wars as well. So now's the time to do this. Let's go march on London. See if we can win this war in a hurry. New stewardship perk. Alright, we're laying siege to London. Never thought I'd see myself doing that. But here we are. The level of splendor of our dynasty has increased. We are known far and wide. How are we doing here? We're 3 months left on the siege. Two months left. I don't know that this is going to end the war, but it'll certainly help if we sack London. There it is. We captured King William's half-sister Elizabeth, who's my cousin, of course. Alright, that's a good start, but it's not enough. We need to do more. So what else can we go after? I guess we'll just keep on taking his cities until he surrenders. What battle's going on up here? The Battle of Leeds. Doesn't really seem to involve us at all. Alright, well my wife has gained the trait pregnant again, so we're going to hope, perhaps for the last time, that she can have a son. We're taking all kinds of the king's territory, but we're not really that much closer to independence. We're not able to declare it yet. He's got 6,300 men to my 7,000. So I guess we're just going to have to keep laying siege to his territory. I don't even see an army of his anywhere that I can fight. I think it's up here. Oh, praise God. We have a son. at long last. And of course, there's only one name in this dynasty that we can have for a son, and that is Edward. We're laying siege again. We're up to 77%. We're at 91% now. We got to go deal with these armies up here, and I think that'll pretty well seal the deal. If we can catch up to him. Okay, we got 10 days left on the Siege of Buckingham. There it is. We've got 100%. We have won our independence from England. So take a look at that. England is cut in half. Mercia is her own kingdom. I am petty King Edward IV of Mercia. And with that, we will wrap things up. So I've got a son who's the heir to the petty kingdom of Mercia. Once my mother-in-law dies, he will also be heir, I think, to the kingdom of Ireland. Although it's possible with our inheritance laws that those two kingdoms could go to two different children, although I only have one son. So I'm hoping they'd all go to the one son. But we'll see. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. Hit that like button if you would, and we will be back tomorrow with another episode. Thanks for watching.